Hi there. Let's talk about adopting a stewardship mentality. So, I'd like to just start off by saying that people are in our lives and we are in people's lives for a reason and for a season. And sometimes that season looks like a day, sometimes it looks like days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months, sometimes a month, sometimes a year, sometimes years, and sometimes a lifetime. And usually, with the lifetime bit, it's usually a few people who are in our lives for a lifetime. So, anyway, people come into our lives and we come into people's lives for a reason and a season. So, how then do we adopt a stewardship mentality so that we avoid holding on to people and holding on to things and perceive when it's time to let go and allow, so that you allow the new into your life? So adopting a stewardship mentality means that you're not holding on to dear life. And so that you're able to not hold on to dear life, you need to know that your identity as a human being is not tied to opportunities, is not tied to what you do or what you have. It is tied to who you are created to be, who you belong to, and that is God. We all belong to God, and we are made in the image and likeness of God, and no one can be able to take that away from you. No one can be able to take away the purpose God created you for. So when you understand that, you're able then to walk in stewardship, instead of holding on. Because when you hold on for dear life, you think that, the scarcity mentality, you think that there is nothing else for you in this world, so you feel like you need to hold on. And yet, in Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 11, it talks about, the race not always being to the swift and all of these things, and that things don't just come to some people, because sometimes we think things just come to some people. And yet that verse says at the end, instead, that chance and time happen to each one of us. So each one of us gets 24 hours. Each one of us gets chances or opportunities in this life. It's just that sometimes we don't perceive some things as opportunities. There's a quote by Thomas Edison, I'm paraphrasing, I'll put it in the comments, that says that opportunities usually come to us, but sometimes because they're dressed in overalls and they're dressed as work, we don't perceive them as we don't see them as opportunities. So pray for the grace to be able to perceive opportunities, and not to force issues and not to force issues where there aren't, so that you're able to perceive the new when it comes, because God is always in the business of doing new things, as he says in Isaiah 43:18. I will link these verses down in the comments and in the description box. So adopt a stewardship mentality, and that means you're not holding on to things. You believe that you are a human being, and because you're a human being, you're made in the image and likeness of God. He's created you for a purpose, and your identity is hidden in God, so that you don't you don't put your identity on what you do or what you have. You know that opportunities come. It's just that sometimes as human beings, it's hard for us to perceive opportunities, and we feel like we don't have opportunities, and yet opportunities are always coming our way. As the sun rises, as it sets, as it's rising, there's opportunities for that day, because God provides for each one of us, as he says in his word, that he provides the rain for the people who for the righteous and the unrighteous, or for the believers and for the wicked and the good. He provides this because he is God. As long as the earth is still there and the sun keeps rising, these rhythms of the earth are still there. God provides for his people, and that's you and I. So you need to be able to know that there are opportunities that show up in life every day. It's just sometimes you don't perceive them as opportunities. So pray for the grace to perceive opportunities, and not to look down on opportunities, even when it looks like it's small beginnings and it's small and it's not what you thought. Don't over glamorize things. So this is how to adopt a stewardship mentality. You steward the seasons you're in, you steward the relationships, whether it's work, family, all of this, you steward them in a good way, so that even when it's time to let go, you're able to let go and allow the new to come into your life. Yes, so let us all pray for the grace to be able to perceive new opportunities, new things that and new people that come to our lives, and even also while stewarding the relationships, the people and the opportunities we have now, stewarding every moment. Don't hold on to dear life. Steward moments, steward opportunities. So, and that is how to adopt a stewardship mentality.